Hey everyone, it's Bakutech back again with another Bakugan Bakutech review. Today we're going to be taking a look at Twin Doubrew. Now, Twin Doubrew is a Aquos Bakugan, and he has two cross pieces. That's it, no soul. And the ones that come with him are made of plastic. And his gimmick, as his name might imply, with the word twin in it, is that he's actually a double-sided Bakugan, like Preyas 2. Each side on this guy has a different G power. This side is the weaker one with 200 Gs. It's not actually that bad, since Aquos had a lot of low G power win cards during Bakutech. And the other side is a pretty solid 620. That was pretty average by the end of Bakutech. Manual parts on this guy. He has little wings underneath here, if I can get them out, underneath each of his arms. And a horn. Come on. There we go. There he is. I think these wings add a lot to his appearance, makes him a lot more intimidating. And for the other side, there are no manual parts. I don't know why that keeps getting stuck. Taking a closer look at the detail on this guy, as you would expect from a Bakutech Bakugan, he has a ton of detail. I really like all that's going on with the cross pieces, but sadly they're plastic, so not a lot of use for them. If you look at the head, if it'll focus, he's got a lot of sculpted teeth. I really like these scale details around here, and he also has like gills on the side, which is kind of nice, kind of cool since he's an Aquos Bakugan. And the other side, a lot less gold, a lot more silver. The head looks quite weird, especially since it has the little clip on the bottom, but I really like the look of these scales at the top. Those are really nice. And these claws on his hand that show up. Oh, yeah, and on the other side, the cross parts kind of act as the claws instead. Twin Doubrew competitively is not actually that good. You may remember, if you watched my review of Nino Daisho, that I mentioned that dual-sided Bakugan are not actually that good because of the random element to them. In the case of Nino Daisho, you have one side that's completely insane, but one side that's hot shit. So, yeah, even though the other side is really good, just the chance of getting that really bad side is pretty much ruins the Bakugan. In the case of Twin Doubrew, the random element still is pretty bad, but it's kind of in a different way. And what I mean by that is one side, this one, is mainly an attack type, or attack oriented, while the other side is more of an occupancy defense Bakugan. And what that means is you have if you're trying to go for the attack one for a critical KO, there's a chance that you'll end up with the defense one and I'll completely screw you up, and vice versa. Not to mention that either of these modes, neither of them are very good. The attack side, it isn't great, but it's not completely offensive either. I mean, the head could potentially push off a Bakugan, but the arms are pretty weird. It's like it's trying to attack behind it, which is, I don't know why you would ever want that. Also, not to mention that if you're running Metal Cross on this guy, which you probably should be, it's going to make like the center of mass like over here, which is going to make him easy to knock over. So if you screw up with this guy, he's going to be easily punished. Not to mention that his head makes for a great hook for attack types like Rise Dragown. So yeah, this side isn't great. It's not completely terrible though either. Just kind of average. The other side, on the other hand, this one's pretty bad. For starters, for an occupancy Bakugan, this is pretty badly outclassed by every other one, and it still is pretty. It's still got a pretty good amount of height over here, so it isn't. It's gonna be easily critical KO'd as well. Not to mention, these arms are gonna make it easy to KO as well. So this is a pretty terrible defense Bakugan. So yeah, landing on this is pretty much something you never want to happen. Unless you're going for a low G power wins condition, then the Bakugan, each side still conflicts with each other, because this side has 620 Gs, so you're going to want to go for regular G power battles on that side and low G power wins on the other side. It just becomes a huge mess. Now, if both of these sides were actually like really good, and this might actually have been a pretty good Bakugan. I wouldn't say like S tier, but you know, pretty solid. Since like the reason Jigen Dragon is so good is because he can change modes between a really good attack type and a really good defense type. So yeah, being able to have both a great attacker and a great defense or occupancy Bakugan all in one would be great, even if it was double-sided, but in this case, neither side is very good, so it's not very good at all overall. If you want to use an Aquas Bakugan, if you are going to play the game and not just collect these, I recommend just picking one, either attack or defense, to replace this guy with, because, I mean, Aquas does have a pretty good defense in terms of Daifujo, and one of the best attackers in the game with Go Guard You. So either one of those I'd recommend over this guy. Overall thoughts on this guy, double-sided Bakugan are cool, and that makes him a great piece to have in your collection, but if you're going to play the game, this guy's pretty much useless. I do still like him. Well, I like every Bakutech Bakugan, but I mean, this guy's definitely not boring. It's a lot of fun playing around with the double-sided Bakugan. And I mean, you're most likely not going to be playing the actual game with these, since Bakutech ended several years ago. But yeah, if you wanted to know, he's not great, but he's a cool piece to have in your collection. I like him a lot. Might be one. He's pretty high up there, especially in terms of Aquas Bakugan, at least in my list of favorites. So I do like him quite a lot. Anyhow, that's about it for my review on Twin Doubrew, and I'll see you guys in the next one.